messing up that rap for.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Greetings and thanks for ending your Monday on 2K Sports with some NBA hoops. And tonight, it'll be the Chicago Bulls going up against the San Antonio Spurs. I'm Brian Anderson, here with Grant Hill and Stan Van Gundy. And with us on the sideline, we've got Allie LaForce. And the injury story, when you're missing two players, including a starter, a lot changes, rotations and roles.
Two injuries, one of their stars out. It's all about how you respond to adversity.
And a look at the starters for the Spurs. Up front, they're going with Johnson and Wemby. Harper out there with De'Aaron Fox. And it's Vassell in at the 3, the small forward. And for Chicago, Giddey is the 1 with White by his side at the 2. Williams is out there with Dosunmu. And it's Collins in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. With a handful of games played now, we can start to get a sense of how things might shape up this season, Stan.
Yeah, you can get a feel for how things might stack up in a few months' time. You see which teams have put something special together and which teams still have work to do.
White for 3, drops in the 3.
Laser focus from White. The moment that pass was headed to him, he was ready.
Back to Fox. Lets the 3 fly. It's hauled in by White. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. It's a 3-point game from Pete Giddey. Doesn't go, and he's 0 for 1 from the floor. Vassell, right side. Chicago with a rebound. And going against San Antonio, their first meeting of the year.
Yeah, they had some trouble with this team last year, splitting the season series.
And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court. First quarter of play, a minute in. Wembanyama with it. Picked up by Collins. The 3, Vassell. That shot off the mark. Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. All right, Stan, Devin Vassell, a proven scorer, now with some experience under his belt. What do you make of him?
Well, he's definitely an interesting player, B.A. The important thing for him is focusing on taking more high-percentage shots. What a throwdown by Vassell. This is why he looks to get to the basket.
Here's White. Victor Wembanyama grabs the board.
Got the ball where he wanted it, but then got swarmed.
And out of bounds, it'll be Chicago ball. And let's use this time to take a look at the player of the week in the Eastern Conference, Josh Giddey.
He's made himself the cornerstone of their offensive efforts recently, and he's providing for his squad in every regard on that end of the floor. Scoring, passing, picks, you name it, he's doing it.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I caught up with head coach Billy Donovan. Well, no surprise, we started chatting about Victor Wembanyama, and I asked what the plan was there, and coach said with a shrug, stay on him and hope for the best. What can you do? So still no magic answers for how to slow down a unique threat like Wemby on the floor. Back to you.
Thanks for that, Allie.
Well, Vassell has the range to create a lot of trouble at the arc.
11 feet out, and it's in, off the glass. For San Antonio, they've gone 2 for 5 here in the first. Out to Fox from deep. Chicago with a rebound. Outplayed in their previous game on their schedule, losing to the Cavs.
It's always hard to get a win on the road, especially when you show zero energy on the defensive end.
Yeah, when you have a defensive showing this poor, it's normally due to an overall lack of effort.
Chicago leading by 3. Collins passes to Williams. Oh, it's blocked by Wembanyama.
With his length and energy, Wembanyama has the ability to be a game-changing defender.
Here's Harper. San Antonio again missing. And Giddey has got the ball here for Chicago. Well, Stan, one thing the Bulls know they have to improve is their interior defense.
Well, B.A., look, last year the Bulls right at the bottom in opponents' points in the paint. They've got to form a functional wall and keep intruders at bay.
And here's a timeout from Mitch Johnson. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. Ellis comes in for Williams, and Herter's subbed in for DeSumo. A minute and a half left in the first quarter. Back to Sohan. Barnes against Herter. Just 5 on the clock. And it's good. 2 points.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
The 3, Collins. Barnes with the rebound. Spurs trail by 3. Sohan, the pass to Barnes. Castle outside. Stolen by Giddey. Oh, and a fast break for Chicago. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Well, Giddey just takes what's there, and the defense is slow to react.
Chicago shooting their first foul shots of the night.
Josh Giddey, 2 shots.
That free throw no good. All right, we've now got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. He's got a special report. Shams, it's all yours.
Well, the future is looking bright for the Spurs. On and off the court, they pledged over $1 billion for a new arena and surrounding civic improvements in downtown San Antonio. I'm told nothing with the project has been finalized just yet, but clearly the Spurs are looking to help finance a new state-of-the-art arena in the near future, around Victor Wembanyama, no less.
A great organization. Okay, Shams, thank you. Chicago leading by 4. 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. White for 3. Rebound by San Antonio. Castle left side. Here's McLaughlin. The putback.
Huge putback. This guy plays with so much energy.
I don't know anybody that goes after the boards harder. And at the end of 1, a closely contested game so far. It's the Bulls up 2. Quarter number 2 coming up right after this break. Don't go anywhere. Good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And from what we've seen from Chicago, what's your take so far?
Just excellent first quarter defense. They've been really getting after it.
Yeah, but it's hard to keep that kind of intensity for the entire game. But if they can come close to that, they'll be in a great spot.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. Inside at the 4 and the 5, it's Sohan and Wemby. Then there's Castle, then it's Harrison Barnes, and it's Champagnie at the 2 spot. They get it back from behind the arc. Here's Wembanyama. Oh, Wembanyama reaches up and throws it down.
Yeah, terrific follow-through from Wembanyama, proving he has a good head on his shoulders.
It's Herter on the wing. Three-pointer. Knocks down the triple. Herter's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there. Well, to play great defense, teams have to provide help. But how do you avoid overhelping?
It's a great question, B.A., and it's like anything in the game. Basketball is a game of decisions. I think people look at it and they talk about athletic ability and they talk about skills, which are both important. But the best players and the best teams are the best decision makers, and the same thing goes as the when to help and when to stay home on shooters.
And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Making some changes. Williams is checked in for Okoro. The Sumu comes in for Herter, and it's Kobe White in for Kawamura. And San Antonio with a change here too. Bryant's checked in. And we played just over a minute of basketball in the second quarter. Coach, after making the playoffs 22 consecutive years up through 2019, the San Antonio Spurs have not been back to that stage since.
Well, every franchise, even storied ones like the Spurs, go through transitional periods. Fortunately for them, they have a lot of young talent and should be back in the playoffs sooner rather than later.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thank you. Spurs talent evaluators first laid eyes on Victor Wembanyama when he was 15 years old, playing on a youth team in France. At that point, the franchise was enjoying its 22nd straight winning season, but the opportunity to just maybe draft a prospect like Wemby gave them the impetus to rebuild. Guys, back to you.
Okay, Allie, thanks for the report.
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
The Sumu, pass to Williams. Nails it from 3. Williams has gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game.
They're shooting nearly 50% from beyond the arc, and their confidence is growing.
And here's the timeout from Mitch Johnson now. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. checked in for San Antonio. De'Aaron Fox comes in for Sohan.
San Antonio Spurs.
And let's take this time to bring up the list of last season's elite shot-blocking teams. Fourth, San Antonio.
They had the bodies and the energy needed to be a strong defensive team, and they made it hard for opponents to do damage.
Chicago on D. 3-point lead. Wembanyama, pass to Fox. Castle outside, fires the three, buries it from three.
Well, when the three ball is falling for Castle, he is extremely difficult to defend.
And so it's White with it. He brings it up for the Chicago Bulls. Pass to Buzelis, fires the three. Rebounded by the Spurs.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
When you watch De'Aaron Fox, is there anything that sticks out to you, Grant?
Well, B.A., this league has the best athletes in the world, and Fox looks like maybe the quickest guy out there on most nights. His change of direction is especially elite.
The Sumu can't hit.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
Yep, that one's good. And now a 4-point Spurs lead.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Outside White. There's a minute 34 left in the second quarter. Williams. And again, no good by Chicago.
He'll probably hear about that shot selection when he gets back to the bench. Maybe not their best option there.
Well, with De'Aaron Fox, he may go through peaks and valleys, but he's always dangerous, Dan.
Yeah, B.A., sometimes you watch and think, this defense is doing a great job against him. And then he'll drop 15 in a quarter without even breaking a sweat.
Take a break. 2 shots.
And he drops it first.
Well, you know what I like about De'Aaron Fox is the urgency he plays with. He's always pushing the tempo and raising the energy level out there.
Looking at who's out there now for Chicago. Collins comes in for Smith, and Giddey subbed in for Buzelis. San Antonio also making some changes. Cornette's checked in for Wembanyama. Johnson comes in for Barnes, and it's Vassell in for Castle.
Two-part equation. You have to be aggressive enough to get to the line, then talented enough to sink them.
Standing 6'8", Giddey is a long guard, and that helps him around the hoop.
Now here's Cornette. No points yet. Three-pointer, Fox. They get it back. Vassell outside. Here's Cornette. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Spurs lead by 6.
And I love how they're working much harder on the glass this quarter and drumming up more second-chance opportunities.
Here's Giddey. And it's Cornette with a rebound.
Good job hitting the glass. They're +8 in rebounding.
To the paint. Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
And sometimes defenders just forget how tall Giddey is. I mean, the 6'8" guard is solid finishing inside.
Here's Fox. Always attacking Fox.
And he's been an ideal teammate tonight. He's really creating plenty of looks with his passing.
Yeah, when there's been an open man, he's found him. And you love to see a guy dishing it like this. Well, the players will say, mouse in the house. Great job to use his size to expose the smaller defender inside.
And so the San Antonio Spurs with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter, just pounding the painted area. That's helped them build an advantage. And don't go far. We'll be right back.
Welcome, everybody. Before we talk about the first half, a breakdown of the injuries around the league.
The Warriors not feeling the love. This team's look completely different without Curry. He demands so much attention right there, Shaq, man. I don't know if things really will open up for his teammates.
Nobody can replace what he does for them. They need everyone to step up in his absence.
Indeed.
So let's dig into that first half now, and what was a very solid performance for the Spurs.
Their effort on the offensive glass has set a strong message. They're not going to be pushed around, and they're going to battle and outwork you.
Like I outwork you every day, Kenny. I'm just saying.
I outworked both of you, and it ain't even close. That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's send you over to Brian Anderson with the third period.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. One guy who's been getting it done is Josh Giddey.
What makes him an exciting player is the ultra-aggressive mindset that we saw over and over in the first half.
Yeah, he hasn't been settling. He's getting to the rim, and that's him at his best.
And if you're just joining us, we played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Spurs lead by 6. Giddey is the 1, with White by his side at the 2. Dosunmu is out there with Patrick Williams. And it's Collins in at the 5. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. And Wembanyama gets it to go.
They've been a little soft with their defense on the interior.
And Giddey has got the ball here for Chicago. Rebounded by Fox.
There's one principal reason why they're sitting on this lead. Rebound.
Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
And Johnson plays with a lot of power, especially close to the basket.
The kick out to Williams. Let's go with a 3. The rebound by the Spurs. Wembanyama's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done to the inside. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a 3-point play here.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
This will be his 3rd free throw of the game.
At the line for the Spurs, De'Aaron Fox. 1 shot.
And looking at Fox, a microwave scorer and Tasmanian devil running up and down the floor. A fun player to watch.
Kicks it out to Collins. Can they get it? And once again, off the mark by Chicago.
Well, this is not what they envisioned coming out of the break. Missing their first 3 shots.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
San Antonio with the ball. This is the most they've led, 13 points. Fox driving hard. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Fox has got 5 points now this quarter.
And why go away from attacking inside if the D has no answer for you?
And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys.
Get up and start moving with your mascot. Let's dance. And while we have a break, here were some of the top free throw shooters in the game last season.
fourth, Kobe White.
Very steady at the line. He's the guy who isn't rattled easily, and that shows in his free throw shooting numbers.
Right around a minute and a half played in the third quarter. Outside Giddey. Over Fox. And all around the rim that time before dropping. Giddey's got 13.
Yeah, they get one to fall. Now 1 for 4 to start the third quarter.
Pass to Harper. There's the triple. Chicago with a rebound. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. For 3, Collins.
And it didn't register as an official block, but he did everything you want in disrupting that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Giddey passes to Dosunmu. Basket counts. Dosunmu's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, this is a highlight of Giddey's game, his innate ability to set others up.
Giddey against Fox. Pass to Wembanyama. Steps back to the middle. And it's Giddey with a rebound. Giddey's got 4 rebounds now. And he drives in. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Giddey's got 4 points this quarter.
Just a head of steam there for Josh Giddey, driving through the defense.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Well, De'Aaron Fox is trying to dial in as a lockdown defender. He said, I want to be that type of guy. Go out there, guard people, and be someone that people don't want to put into action because you blow actions up. And then at the end of the day, still being able to get to work on offense. Back to you guys.
You'd love that mentality. Okay, thanks for the report, Allie. White can't hit.
Well, they know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
Well, some lament the death of the mid-range jumper in today's game. Grant, you got any fixes?
Well, some have suggested cutting out the corner threes. If the three-point line was only like above the break, teams would probably need to rely more on that mid-range.
And the Bulls making a change here. Who's Ellis has checked in. Wembanyama won't be denied.
Well, he's a reason why they're winning right now. He's been efficient offensively, and his confidence continues to grow.
Here's Giddey. Rebounded by the Spurs. Wembanyama's got rebound number 11. Castle goes in. Harper. Nice dish, and the layup goes down. Harper's gotten his first basket of the night.
Good vision by Castle there to find the open man.
Down low. Stolen by Wembanyama. Here's Castle. And he banks in the layup. Castle's got 5 now.
Incredible. I mean, high energy in transition. Just beating the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
And that one's good. Giddey.
Well, they're behind, but it's certainly not because of him. He's doing everything he can. He just needs more help from his teammates.
Pass to Harper. Fox for 3. That one's good. And it's Barnes with the assist. Fox has got 8 points in the quarter.
Shut out from beyond the arc in the first period. He finally drains one.
Now here's Collins, covered by Wembanyama. Williams from long range. Knocks it down from distance. 6 points for him.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Credit them for making the right halftime adjustments.
Well, sometimes you just make shots, but they've certainly come out on a tear here in the third quarter.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits. It may be difficult to overcome. San Antonio on top. They lead by 18. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
Yeah, it's pretty to watch. And it's great to have so many big men in the NBA who can dish it like this.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. On the court for San Antonio, inside at the 4 and the 5, it's Sohan and Wemby. Then there's Barnes, then it's Stephon Castle, and it's Waters in a shooting guard.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
From the arc, and Castle with the basket on the assist by Barnes.
3 points.
Barnes has got 3 assists tonight. Here's White. And a nice finish on the layup.
Well, as a guard like White, you need to score inside. Force teams to respect you everywhere.
Pass to Wembanyama. And here's Castle. Wembanyama screen. Castle finds Wembanyama. And San Antonio getting another bucket right there.
And in the second half here, they're shooting a terrific percentage from 3.
The Bulls trail by 21. White for 3. Sohan with a rebound. Sohan's got his 4th rebound in this one. Inside, here's Wembanyama. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
There were questions about Wembanyama's strength coming into the league. No problem with the contact here.
And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now. He's checked in for Smith. Fox is checked in for San Antonio. About a minute and a half into the fourth now. Pass to Buzelis. The 3. It's hauled in by Wembanyama.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it. A little raw skill-wise, but Sohan has that rare physical traits and a tremendous upside.
Herder against Castle. Here's Okoro. Jacks up a 3. Rebounded by Castle. Fox, the pass to Barnes. Yes! And a nice assist from Fox.
For 3.
Fox has got 5 assists in the game. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. Pass to Herder. Okoro with the ball. Working on Barnes. There's Herder with the 3. Rebound by San Antonio. And it's the Spurs ball. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. Fox with the ball. Now guarded by White. And it's Fox missing. The Bulls have got 1 out of 6 shots to fall in this final quarter. Not ideal. Here's White. And he makes it.
Right to the hole. White was ready for anything that came his way.
San Antonio's gone 2 of 2 from outside so far in the fourth.
2 minutes.
San Antonio moving the ball around. Wembanyama up top. And stolen by Herder. The kick out to White. Takes a 3. Counted from distance.
He's really finding his rhythm here. I mean, smart move to keep feeding him the ball.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
Fox finds Wembanyama. Collins with the rebound. Now a timeout called by Chicago. We've got 1:28 left in the final quarter. And we're seeing some younger teams really on the rise here. Any particular reason, Grant?
Well, you know, it's part of the natural order of things. Certain players will dominate, and when they age, there are always those young upstarts vying to take the lead.
Presentation of the player of the game, Victor Wembanyama.
He's been unguardable in this one, getting whatever he wants out there. He's just simply putting the offense on his back and delivering.
Well, you know, he'd been struggling lately. This one was a big one for him. He roared back, made sure to snap that cold streak tonight. The Bulls have gotten 3 of 8 shot attempts to find the net here in the fourth quarter.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the Spurs.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And they'll chalk this up as their 3rd win of the year.
And against a non-conference opponent, you really want to win the first one. They'll go into the next one knowing how to beat this team for sure.
We've come to expect big-time games from him. Just another day at the office for Victor Wembanyama.
Well, you know, his work on the glass was a key factor, helping to turn the tide as far as the possession game, and so often that's the difference.
Pass to Cornette. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Leaving nothing to chance. This run shutting the door on him.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
Castle, right side. Now here's Barnes. Pass to Castle, lets it fly. And again, it's San Antonio converting.
Yeah, they blocked out the noise, blocked out the distractions, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
It is always a special feeling winning on the road. The degree of difficulty adding to that sense of accomplishment.
I like seeing Giddey challenge defenses like this, making them compromise in the process.
At the line for 2, Josh Giddey.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Giddey. Both free throws good from Giddey. There's 10 seconds left to play in the fourth. Here's Champagny. And so it's San Antonio easily grabbing this one. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, B.A. It was in enemy territory, but they controlled the game and took the crowd completely out of it. That's how you win on the road.
Let's send it courtside and check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
De'Aaron, there was definitely a point in the second half where you just took over. What's on your mind in those situations?
I mean, for myself, just kind of know where you're getting the shot. Obviously with some of the better teams in the league, if something bad's happening, sometimes, that one or two players just has to be able to take the game over. And I feel like I'm always able to get to my spot. And at the end of the day is if you can put the ball in the basket. And I think I did a good job at that in the second half.
Thanks, De'Aaron.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that about wraps it up. For Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson signing off. And time now to introduce our player of the game, Victor Wembanyama.